let's talk about when nothing's going your way, do this. And I want you to know this is not a catchy little title. This is something I just experienced in my life, and it completely turned my frustrating situation around. Hey, I'm Terry Savelle Foy, your cheerleader of dreams. Thanks for joining me today. And hey, if you've never subscribed to this channel, would you just push the arrow below so I know I'm helping you? I would truly appreciate it. It lets me know you want more faith-building motivation. And I want to say thank you if you've already subscribed. I appreciate you so much. So let's talk about when nothing's going your way, do this. And I want you to know this is not a catchy little title. This is something I just experienced in my life, and it completely turned my frustrating situation around. Recently I was looking over my goals for this year. And I always encourage you to set 10 goals each year. And I've been doing this for years now. And of course, I'm the cheerleader of dreams, right? I know how to set goals. But 7 months into the year, nothing was checked off. Not one. In fact, one day I was walking to the car with my daughter and she goes, "Mama, I've already achieved 6 of my 10 goals this year." And I was like, "That's awesome. Good for you." I'm the one who taught you how to do this. But no, honestly, I was thinking, what is my problem? I teach this stuff. Well, there were several things I did to boost my faith, but one in particular, I believe enabled me to turn the corner and start checking them off. God began overwhelming me with breakthrough after breakthrough. Most people say when your goals seem out of reach, when nothing's happening or going your way, hustle more, 10x your efforts, work harder. I'm giving a totally different message today, and let me explain with this story. I was listening to a story about this kid. He's an exceptional 13-year-old kid. He's a motivational speaker and an author now. But when he was a kid, younger than that, his dad would not pay him to do chores like most families. His dad would pay him to read success books, like $20 for every success book he read. So this kid is full of ambition. Well, a few years ago, they were getting out of a rut in their own lives, dreaming impossible dreams. They went from living at their church temporarily to now having their own place. And things were turning around. They were full of faith and doing good. However, one week, everything was going wrong for this young guy and his single dad. Well, his dad had taught him to, write his goals down every single day. So every day he'd wake up and write things like, "I speak at events with Tony Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone, Arnold Schwarzenegger." He would write, "I earn $100,000 by the time I'm 14. I have 100,000 followers on Facebook." Things like that. Well, he was making sales calls this one week. Nobody was buying. No invitations for him to come and speak. He was just feeling discouraged, nearly depressed. Well, he sat down and thought, "I'm going to read a motivational book to see if it's my mindset that needs to just come up higher." Nothing worked. So he said, "You know what? My life isn't going the way I want it to. There's only one thing I can do to turn it around, and that is make someone else's life better." He said, when things aren't going good, do something good for someone else. Did you hear me? When things aren't going good, do something good for somebody else. Well, he and his dad went out and they bought 10 sleeping bags. They went to the inner city area of where they live in Florida, gave them to homeless people out on the streets who were just in the freezing cold. Then they went back to Walmart, bought cases of water, went back to the inner city, gave water to all these people on the streets, and then, this was amazing, as he was leaving Walmart or Kroger, whichever one it was, he saw this single mom and he just knew in his heart he was supposed to bless her. He reached in his pocket and took out all that he had. I don't know what this note is. He took out all that he had, $100. That was the best that he had. Reached in his pocket, handed it to this single mom. He didn't give her a portion, he gave it all. He handed that single mom the $100, and with tears pouring down her face, she said to this young teenage boy, "If it wasn't for you, my family wouldn't be able to eat tonight." He said, I felt like $1,000,000. He didn't care about the sales calls, the invitations to go speak, the breakthroughs he was praying over. He knew he just put himself in position for a major breakthrough. He just knew God is in control. Well, that night when his head hit the pillow, he said, I usually don't check my phone, but all of a sudden he heard this ding in the middle of the night. He got up and read this text that said, hey, mate, I'm from Australia, and I'm hosting an event in Sydney for about 600 people. He said, I want to give you an invitation to speak at my conference along with a guy named Gary Vaynerchuk. Then he asked him, what's your fee? I'll pay it. This kid flew to Australia, made $12,000 that night at 13 years old. He has since shared the stage with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone. His entire life went to a whole new level. This is the thing. Giving was the catalyst. Serving, helping someone else, getting yourself and your situation off your mind and looking for an opportunity to help others. See, my dad has it ingrained in me that you may not have what you need, but you're never without the seed that will produce it. See, when nothing's going good for you, go do something good for someone else. So like I said, nothing was changing or happening in my goals for this year. Well, I did exactly what I'm telling you to do. Me and a few other ladies went out on a Saturday night in a sketchy part of Dallas, Texas. We went inside a dark, awkward, uncomfortable strip club, and we ministered to the dancers. We took gift bags. We took one of my books, all about teaching them how valuable they are to God. We gave all these away. We prayed with them one-on-one. We prayed with the bouncer in the locker room. We even prayed with the manager, and they were all saying, please come back. See, when things aren't going good, do something good for someone else. One young girl who was a dancer, we hugged her and started praying with her, and she said, you're going to make me cry. She said, I grew up in church. See, I believe there was some praying mama, maybe a grandma, out there hoping God would send someone to reach their granddaughter. And here we walk in on a Saturday night ready to torment the devil and share God's love. I don't think it's a coincidence that that very month was the most phenomenal month we have ever had in the history of our ministry. More partners joined our ministry than ever before, wanting to join forces and help us, with our outreaches, which let me just mention, a partner is someone who prays for our ministry and supports the outreaches financially, whether it's $5 a month or $50 a month, whatever. And maybe you feel like I did. Nothing's changing. I haven't achieved my goals. My prayers haven't been answered. Well, I feel like the Lord told me to share exactly what He taught me with you today. Look for an opportunity to give, to serve, to help somebody else. See, when you give God your substance, He'll give you abundance. Now, I hope this helps you today the way it helped me when nothing was changing. Now I wake up excited to just see what is God about to do. In fact, I want to invite you today to become a partner with our ministry. Now, this is one of the best ways that you can serve, be a blessing, make a difference in someone's life. This is not something I usually discuss on the podcast, but if you're blessed by this channel, by the messages we share, then partner with me. Our mission is to reach a generation of teenagers with the message of vision. We have an opportunity to get our vision board course into the schools. And this is so exciting because I believe God is opening a door for us and we don't want to miss it. But we need your help. So if you're interested, just click the link below or go to terry.com/partnership and I can explain more about our mission and what it means to be a partner. But more than anything, I believe you were created to make a difference, and together we can make a change. So become a partner with me today, and don't forget, I'm cheering you on to live your dreams.